facility. We are aware in our quest to ensure that we clear the street of narcotic substances. We have been very robust to ensure that we have a robust drugs law as well. So some of the things that we've been doing over the years is to go after traffic costs, press charges, and forward into court. So it's a clear example of what we have been doing in the past. So not to bore you much, straight to the issue. Last night we received a tip of the Oscar airline at the verge of the Ravian RIA. So we got our team by intelligence, we decided to go there. So the intelligence were on the alert. Oscar airline landed and passengers boarded the flight, or they got off the flight. Luggages were on the conveyor belt trying to get out. But we saw the cartoon that was left abandoned on the conveyor belt. But nobody to claim ownership, so we became concerned. So we have gathered intelligence that a female was coming to take delivery of the cartoon. So we wanted to see that female. So the RIA detachment notified also told them to be on the alert. While they were on the alert, this lady came, who is James Elton Ferguson, the prime suspect. She came closer to the cartoon and decided to observe the terrain. But we're keeping something on operations. She observed. From there, she saw the terrain was not conducive for her. She left the scene. So the cartoon was still left vulnerable. It was ever. At the end of the day, the airport, people started clearing the terminal of the airport. So a fellow came and took out the bags, out, passed through customs and immigration, and brought it out. As soon as they brought it out, she intercepted him and decided to talk to some of the security guards out there. According to her, she worked for the Liberia police. So she was interacting with the guards, and her friend didn't know that, but worried the war going on because we saw the suspicious on. So when the war going on, so after she got the bags got all of the terminal, our officer went and intercepted the bags and wanted to investigate. So the bag was taken to our RIA office, and we went there, decided to do a search. While we were carrying on the search, they did a consumer method. What is the cartoon? There's the bag here. So what they normally do, they mix the clothes here, they put the clothes in the bags, and they open the spaces here and they conceive it, substances in it. So if you open the bag, the cartoon, you will not see anything of such in it. You will not see the clothes and other stuff. It has some beans and other stuff with it mixed with it. Yeah, as you can see. So there's the cartoon.
That's how it went.
So that's how it went. You can see.
So this place was
This
closed.
close.
You won't know you feel that this
The
is
same cartoon.
Yeah. So okay. So took a knife and opened the bags, and we saw the substances being conceived in here. So we decided to come to town to see how best we can investigate and to gather some information from this. So last night we called for reinforcement. We came to town. It was so late. God, I can say it was this morning by 2 a.m. So what we did, we just hardened the team. And this morning we wanted to investigate it. So because we never have our forensic people from the crime lab to test and to actually to authenticate whether it's cocaine or heroin or methamphetamine. So our crime lab people came this morning. They were able to test to identify the type of drugs that were seized last night from the airport. So the drugs, these drugs you see, so it's heroin, raw heroin. They were weighed and tested at 3.6 kilogram of heroin. And 1 kilogram worth $50,000 United States. Times 3.6 is $180,000 United States. When you do the conversion in Liberian dollar, it's $30,600,000 Liberian dollars. Of heroin, how much you So the next person you see that is our accomplice. She was also there trying to bribe our officer to see why we compromise the case. So we were also on top of our game. We ran out up and brought it to town. So this is the accomplice here. So we just want the public to know that we have been very robust, and these are some of the challenges and some of the stuff that we go through. The consumer method causing problems for us. The substances pass through customs and immigration. So bulk of our work is based on intelligence, high classified intelligence. So why if we are not gathering this intelligence regarding the cartoon, the parcel that will come, we're going to pass free, we're going to be all in the street here on distribution. So member of the press, the LDEA is here for you. If you have any information regarding drugs and illicit activity in your area, notify the DEA authority. We'll move in to see how best we can clear the street board. Substances, that is the drugs and heroin. So, and also we have some activity upcoming again that has to do with the tournament. We'll have a one-day tournament with the President of Liberia. because the press will help us to disseminate information too. You guys are the fourth estate, they're always there for us, so they will disseminate information for us to know that DA is very robust in tackling drugs and illegal substances. So following that, on the main day, the June 26th, we'll proceed to Disco Hill to where we dispose our substances that are being collected from the street. So one of the reasons why you see we want to have a program is that we notify stakeholders, members of the fourth estate, the government, civil society, our partners, to disabuse the perception that's in the public. Because some of your colleagues in the media are always there spewing gibberish saying that the DA arrest substances and the substances. They can't see how the substances are being disposed. So on June 26th, the media, the mass media will be invited to come to Disco Hill. We'll facilitate the media to go there. If you can come to our office, we'll facilitate you to go there to visit the burning SSR. We have huge quantity of substances that are being collected from the street, will be disposed on that day, will be tested and be disposed to disabuse the perception that is in the public. They want to sign a caveat commission to ensure that we amend the drugs law. Because you are aware, the current drugs law is not robust. We want a robust drugs law. And we want a drugs law that is non-bailable, that will have tougher punishment for traffickers. As you are aware, we arrest traffickers, press charges, and forward the code. The next day, after 2-3 days, you see them loitering in the street. And the perception now, and now we're having this press conference now. Who knows why we come out of this? Because we don't know, we talk about rehabilitating and reintegrating the users. But as long as the user continue to receive supply, there's no way the user can be rehabilitated. To ensure that we succeed in the fight. So, member of the media, not to bore you much, I think maybe my deputy director for operation want to add on or want to weigh in on what I just said. So, Honorable Deputy Director Lorenzo Penn, I think you can weigh in and talk to the
just
member of the
what just said. My key concern will have to do with the airport issue. As a spirit, right now, we have a team that we dispatch at the airport to see. So I want to say thank you for coming. I want to bore you people because I said it all. So
and in closing, one more thing. As you are aware, in law enforcement, capacity building is key. So we have some upcoming training and some are currently ongoing. So I would like to speak on a few training that are ongoing presently nationwide that have been wholly sponsored by our international partner, the US, and you deserve it. So you guys are clear representation of the LDEA. So member of the press, I would like to say thank you for affording us the opportunity and for building yourself here to cover our program today. So these are the two suspects, so you can see they can take some pictures and maybe from them we can pay some.
so you come forward.
Here are.
Close up.
You can close.
Yeah. So the media, I think we will entertain a few questions.
All right, so that's it. Let me say thank you, Honorable Director, for this splendid deliberation. Like my director have just said, to recap, he ended all with the issue of the training, capacity building training that is rolling out recently in past weeks and even present as we speak. And then he talked about the drugs that were arrested of gross value, more than $30,600,000 US. And also talked about the way they were arrested based on intelligence. And of course, he also talked about what we are anticipating to do this year with regards to the World Drug Day celebration. Instead of holding our normal indoor program, it's not going to be like that. We're going to be holding a one-day sport tournament, probably with press and we're hoping to serve them the communication to that effect. And we'll also be doing a mass community-based awareness approach across community to sensitize people on the danger of drug abuse. And so we want to say thank you. But these drugs that were arrested, they were arrested by consumer mentor, and thank God, you know, for the intelligence of our people and of course where we got the source from to have them arrested. Now you can see, this is a powder cup. Apparently you take it to be a powder, but it's not a powder. It's coated inside with another huge quantity of drugs. It's in a powder.
It is a soap.
Cup. This one is also a cream. You see it? It's a cream, but it's not just an ordinary shampoo or cream, but it was open and they placed some drugs into them. Including this one, you see a big cake like a bathing soap, but it's a compressed heroin. So it was in this Dettol soap pack. Seal up.
Perfectly.
Okay? I'm coming, we'll get to the question. So these are the drugs that were arrested on the food. We discovered another something full leg substance believed to be, I don't know what a polo or so. And this other one is also like a, I don't know, a Kenya peanut, right?
Peanut.
But that's a pharmacy.
Yeah, it's in the form of a peanut butter, but it was tested and there was a market. It was mixed. Probably they just pulled this thing inside to mix it, but it's also with drugs. Okay. No, the ones in the lab that some of the yeah, that were to cover up, you know, after they conceal it in the carton, they put clothes there, put something on top of it.
Some of the weed you can use.
So that's just it, and not to bore you. Having said all of these things, perhaps, you know, you may want to ask questions, you may want to also interview or talk with the suspect that were arrested. The floor is yours and you are liberty to do that. Yeah.
My name is Maurice Page, I'm right for Tactical Inspector. I'm really concerned about authority from the RIA. Have you spoken with Aska Ellie? Because as it relates to the drugs being into the flights.
The issue is that it will be good we ask them, we'll also be good not importing because they do business. People go to them pay money to transfer the goods.
So they have not violated anything with the drugs.
Internationally, we can say that they violated because it's a commercial flight, and people have their luggages that they put on the flight. So who determines as to whether the luggages has substance in it or not? You cannot tell. But thank God at least we're able to prevent this thing from being smuggled into our country.
Okay, I'm Princess Kamara from Joy FM. Yeah. My attention has been drawn to this arrest. Is it the first of its kind at the island?
No.
Okay.
Well, a year ago, we arrested a female on last November. Okay, before I go to the last November, I will carry way back. A year ago, we arrested Cleo Capper, one Cleo Capper. 8 kilos of heroin from the same RIA. She came from Madagascar and she was arrested. But she had it concealed in the suitcase. Similarly, they were concealed in the suitcase. And last November, we also arrested a Nigerian national carrying a substance in his stomach. Yeah, with 23 tubes. He was arrested. Currently, as we speak, he being remanded at the Kakata prison pending trial. So he's not the first of it.
All right. If I may know, the issue of the drugs law, where is the LDEA as we stand? Because there are a series of groupings, like partners coming, or even student groupings that are calling for the drugs law to become available stuff in the country, right? And then of recent, we're told that the LDEA wrote the House a petition in making this law, come into existence. So currently, as we speak, how is it like? How's this thing?
Oh, okay, to the issue of the drugs law, like I said, we've been working with key stakeholders.
Okay.
To name few, Honorable Tomo Goshua, Honorable Milton Tiaje, Senator Marshall Dende, Honorable Swakoko, and including the Law Reform Commission, the Governor Commission, civil societies, the schools, the churches, and the international partners. So we have had a series of stakeholder conferences. We intend to go nationwide. Some of the conferences that we have were very fruitful to ensure that we have a robust drugs law, that is to amend certain provisions within the drugs law. So we're sure that in subsequent time, they will introduce that, but once it's drafted, finally, it will be introduced on the floor for debate, and the people are going to put a strong debate as to why is it wanted to be non-bearable and more tougher. So we are making progress. I can tell you we have been receiving a lot of support. So we are making progress in that direction.
Lastly, just for better understanding, you said that James Eto Ferguson was one of those that were arrested. Can you kind of give us the next person full name?
The next person is Gamen Jara. Gamen Jara, age 43. James Eto, age 38. If you want the profile, we can give you the entire profile. Yeah, both are Liberians.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Laura, okay, that's it.
Yeah, finally from my end. Honorable Director, I heard you mention that the drugs officers assigned at the RIA are joint security.
Yeah.
So what efforts have you made to your boss, the president, who appointed you as it relates to some of the officers who usually facilitate wrong thing at the airport? What efforts have you made?
But actually we have not caught any officer facilitating. Maybe we have been rumor, but we have not caught any officer. For us, we have zero tolerance on officers involved with recycling and compromising.
So the one linked to that, who is that?
Okay, he worked with a custom officer. Yeah, I think custom, maybe some guy that work at the airport.
You know the airport
At
guy.
times too, you have specific people that hold in luggages outside for people.
No,
You understand me?
listen to him,
So
he's
at
telling
times, if you hold in luggages outside, it does not mean that you're working with a person that you ain't own the cartoon. The only thing you want to take something, little compensation from the person, so the person can be wrong and say, how many luggages you like? They may help you. So just suppose the period I got that you ain't hold that luggage, you does not even know anything about the substance arrested. But you only do not take the token. You know, so.
Like to the issue they just spoke again, just close up there. The issue that has to do with officers involved with recycling and compromising. We have zero tolerance on that. If you have been following us in the news, you know that. In the space of 3 months, we have dismissed 8 of our senior officers of recycling and compromising. So it goes across the joint security. All the joint security don't come out of recycling on the part of the officer. We take tough measure, we subject you to the board of internal investigation, you're being investigated. Following the investigation, they provide recommendation and funding and we act on it. So in the space of 3 months, we have dismissed 8 of our senior officers that are cutting it out of recycling and compromising. To take how we boss it out and to the issue of recycling and compromising.
I don't know. Let me just get this clear. I just want to find out. Let me just do something to just divert from what we're talking. It's about this information I really want to understand.
So Spoon.
The
TV,
issue of arrest.
RTA,
I can go around.
Yeah, go ahead.
The issue of arrest in the country of recent by officers of the LDEA.
Just feel that, man. Yeah, go ahead.
The issue of arrest by officers of the LDEA, there are so many allegations. There have been allegations of officers going into people's homes, allegedly bossing homes and then taking belongings. We have had like more than 5 persons coming to the media and then telling us that officers went at my house and then they took along belongings like my phone, and then there were no drugs. They even went and stole our items. So this has been a serious challenge, especially for us out there. So most often we get like concerned. If you ask Chiefly, there have been series of calls made to him. Oh, what happened? These officers that are on the field, are they ready? Your officers, we really want you people to speak on this. What become of these allegations leveled on the LDEA? So actually that's my point. I really want to know what we can do as media practitioner, as journalists who come out with these complaints, and then we want to like talk back to the people. Maybe at times we call Chiefly to acting on facts. So what do you make of that?
Like to the issue you just flagged, the issue that has to do with the allegation
Officers
against some of our officers. Like for us, our officers want to go a federal arrest. The only action that will be taken from that place is action that will assist them in the process of investigation. Like something like laptops, phones, and we can aid them by excluding that. They don't just go and vandalize people. And officers don't just enter into people who are legal instruments. Our officers obtain search and seizure warrant, give you the permit to enter into a home to do a search legally, and it will be guarded by the sheriff and supervised. So our officers, so at times some of these are just allegations. People go up because they got some friends in the media that go and just spew allegations against our officers. But for us, we will not take things that were either in an investigation, but we won't go and we won't shoot our officers when they caught in wrong out of it. So we won't shoot our officers.
So my name is Manakwala. I report for Spoon Network. I'm concerned about the prosecuting of people involved with drugs trafficking in our country. You have made several arrests according to what you explained to us. So you talk about the challenge of the judicial system in prosecuting these people involved. What are plans or mechanisms are you instituting as an entity to do follow up on these people that you arrest and send for prosecution? And another thing, I'll follow up you making an arrest within the Pinsville Belt, specifically the ERW, sometime last year, where it is alleged that some of your officers was involved in the issue of drugs trafficking, and some money was collected from that arrest. You promised to launch an investigation. How far are we with that investigation?
You said some of our officers were involved.
Was allegedly involved.
Like I said, the issue that some of our officers were involved. All our officers that were involved in other recycling and compromising, we have taken action. But the issue you just left, it was never brought to our attention.
I think I spoke with Chief, to follow up, I spoke with Gible here in this conference room, where he promised that an investigation was going to be launched in the ERW belt, Mr. Gible, where we called you and we informed you that an issue of drugs erects within the ERW belt, and allegedly money were taken from there through the arrest, and you promised to do an investigation. And you also told us that some of the individuals arrested were either member of the LDEA?
I'm sorry, but I really can't remember alluding to such. But in the event where, even if I have said so, I think it would be important to remind us significantly. But to my knowledge, I have not said anything of such, and I can't remember any incident of such from Painesville Bell. Seriously, yeah. Like what my director have said, all of the issues that came out about our officers' involvement in the research, I think we've taken a drastic administrative action with regards to that. And most of the time people come up and say, hey, the LDA do this, they do that. These are our allegations. And yet, to prove it, and our point here is that when you come with allegation, you must be able to justify. Because the burden of proof lies on the accuser. Often at times people will say, DE officer do this. Now, if you have a problem with DE officer, you should become the DE office, right? So instead people go to radio stations, go to other places and carry complaint, and you won't get redress from there. You can't have a problem with me, you didn't come to my father, instead you go into my neighbor. It's not possible. So the best thing people can do, like we often said, you have issues where you feel our officers fall below the ethical belt, come to our office. We don't tolerate that kind of thing, especially when they do things unethically. Of course, we take actions if it is discovered. But not to my knowledge that DA officers probably did something wrong and then we shield them, or rather they didn't do anything about it. No, not at all.
So can you answer my first question in plans to follow up with these people that you arrest and file to the court?
We do follow up on cases. We do assignment, reassignment on cases. Like the case I just mentioned earlier regarding the suspect that was carrying the drugs in Benin. We did a reassignment already for Wednesday, next week Wednesday. When we go, we got another case, one water bag, which she was arrested with 2 kilos from Go Water side. She's been remanded at the Roberts Pool Prison. We did a reassignment for Thursday. So they have to show us that once they did the set, we call, we can go to our thing, go to our defense. So we do assignment, we do follow up on cases. At times, the level the judicial will do their part, but we do follow up on cases. We don't just get cases to code and dash it out there. We do follow up and we do assignment and reassignment on cases.
So let's leave it with director. Probably we should ask the last questions. The allegations, right? And I responded to that already, right?
Like the issue you're talking about, the allegation, somebody called me from, I think one of your colleagues from the media called me a couple of months ago, say, oh, there's a lady on radio calling saying that TA officer went into a place and did that. The thing is very simple. The office is here. If you have issue against some of our officer allegations, you come here. If you come here, we didn't give you attention, then you can run to the media. Then, but you just get out, you run to the media. How you expect to know that our officer misbehaving? You run to the media, at the end of the day, the media ask you whether you are going to the DA office and at the end of the day, have a wrong back. We're not going to go find later, all making the allegation. The guy was arrested with drugs, he was arrested with weapon. At the end of the day, they send both of them, they send him to South Beach. At the end of the day, she couldn't say nothing. I was like, why she didn't go back to the media to inform the media that she run the DA? She didn't come to our office, but because she had few members in the media, she went to them, they were, oh, DA officer corrupt here and there. Not knowing the guy in question, the guy was arrested with gun and drugs. They carried him in the South Beach. When they took him in the South Beach, they say, oh, DA conspired with the judicial. We don't send for the South Beach. No. We send for the court. Our multiple charges. How you afford at the South Beach?
And so to close up, like my director said, most times the people are ignorant. They feel that they want to use a means to get redress or whatever. So when it goes to the media, even if you want to interview or talk to them, please tell them to come to our authority. Instead of using the microphone or stay on the radio and trying to defend the institution we've not heard from us. Like it has happened several times. People go on the radio and say things and they didn't call us to find out, and they went on the air and start blowing it out of proportion and telling it a different way. It's wrong. I think we all should breed a kind of a cohesive society where if you have problem, you know who to address or who to take this problem to, and then we'll solve them. For us here, like my boss have said, we have a strict tolerance on that. If our officers fall below the ethical belt, trust us, we'll do what is appropriate to save this institution and to save the image of this government. That's what we are going to do. Thank you. So if there's no other questions, we want to say, thank you for being here. The suspects are here. Perhaps you want to talk to them. You are liberty to do so. And with nothing else, we'd like to call this press conference. And again, I want to say thank you to the Honorable Director. Thank you guys for presenting the press conference. So, yeah,
so
two suspects, you come and see them.
Television, we're still here at the offices of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, where they have made this arrest. And you can see the suspects. So, I have a chit chat with them here. Trying to have a chit chat with them. So, good morning, ma'am. So, your name? Today you are here at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. Why are you here?
I was sitting at my shop yesterday and received a call from one of my friends in Nigeria. She called me, she told me that she got her bed, but she tried to come back home. I should go and someone will give me the tag on the airport. So when I get to the airport, there's a guy that went to the airport. He brought the tag to me, but when I get to the place, I didn't have mask. So the guy told me that I should get a mask if I can enter the terminal. So when I got outside for the mask, the guy came to me and he gave me the tag. So I said, what the tag for? He said, I received the tag from Aska. I said, well, the guy told me that they have on parcel. How much he gave me the tag. I decided to go in for the bag. When I went in for the bag, I said, well, I asked the girl what's in the bag. She told me it was hair and slippers. So I could keep for her. But for that drugs, I don't really know about drugs.
So, the arrest was made at the Liberia, the Rabat International Airport, and you're alleging that your friend called you to pick her up. What is the relationship with this friend that called you to pick her
I
up?
always lost to where she live in Nigeria. If I go to get my market, I will go and buy hair, slippers. I sell drinks here.
Where do you sell the drink?
Yeah, at the CDC compound.
How long you been selling at CDC compound?
What?
How long have you been selling at CDC compound?
Since campaign time.
Since campaign time. Okay. So, today you are being arrested and you should be filed to court by the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. So,
I can go to court. I innocent, but I don't know anything about it.
okay.
How long this
Okay.
friend been sending drugs to you? Say the friend, me say drugs, basically to you to pick up.
No, it's my first time for saying
Your first
goose
time?
too. Yeah. But I always go to Nigeria and come back with my uncles. Because I sell main things too.
Good afternoon too. How you doing? Your name?
Kamochala.
Kamon Jala. You are here today. Can you give an idea, explain to us why you here?
I really know nothing about it. I'm a sister.
The director did mention you have been arrested before.
No.
You have
I'm a
never.
sister.
So what do you do for a living?
I sell coal and sell barrel things. For my people
So you have
always
never
say
been
I-
arrested? Never.
I said no.
Okay.
So,
But how you got linked to this thing right now? What happened?
She my sister. I don't always go to her for selling place. And me and her,
Where she sell?
she sell drinks
Where?
to
To the airport?
no
where?
on the oral.
Which part of the oral?
She said drink on the old road.
Yeah.
Okay.
On CC grand so la her when she call me. Nah, she said, me I said, what be here? She said, what be here? I said, oh, I'm on the road. She said, please come. Me I said, what be? She said, no, to the airport. Please, you get 140 with you. Me I said, yeah, I get 140 with me, but I get. When she said, yeah, you wanted to pay away, I said, what play? She told me, say, Ralphie airport. So I said, I come in and I move from here because it was late when she called me. It was after like 7 o'clock when she called me. Before I reached to her, it was late. She called me, she said, I said, now when the boss me say, sit down. I sat down. 2 hours we were talking. He said, I'm going to take my blanket from my hand and my earring. I'm going to give it to him. I gave you with my purse, everything.
But she took. I told you when they told you to take out your earring, take out your bangle, you got arrested.
Oh, mama.
We all doing anything.
Nothing.
Madam Jana, she told you what she got the goose for?
Who?
Did she mention what she got the goose for?
She said one of my friends sent her goose to come go free from the airport.
To go free from the airport.
Yes.
And then she didn't you there.
She called me to bring money to her.
Why would it?
Or how much was the money?
140.
They got it?
No.
So I'm still kind of concerned. You lived on the old road. She's your friend, and she called you to carry 140 US. That's a huge sum of money in our society, especially the Burzum economy. What did she? Excuse me. What did she tell you she was going to do with the money that she called you to?
She said she wouldn't know want to free her goods. Her friend sent her goods to free it.
Thank you. Your name again?
Kambo Chala.
Okay. So.
You say you have never been arrested.
So they are suspects
Where are you now?
involved with the arrest of narcotic substances cost over 30 million a year.
They took 50 years.
And the
How much you go for it?
Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency Spawn TV. My name is T1 George Menapala, and I want to thank you for following this live broadcast from the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. So keep following. My name is T1 George Menapala. Have a pleasant day.
The polo, the president eating polo.